high-tech tools, an X-ray table, and specialized contact so that they can cheat in gambling. But when I do it, it's a problem. But okay.
This isn't a movie, this is absolutely real, and it all came crashing down on Thursday when the FBI held one of the most explosive press conferences in sports history. Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and Terry Rozier, a current guard for the Miami Heat, and former NBA player Damon Jones were all arrested in what federal authorities are calling one of the most brazen sports corruption schemes since sports betting became legal. We're talking about 4 years of investigation, 11 states, over 30 arrests, and connections to the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families, and a web of corruption that stretched from underground poker games in the Hamptons to NBA locker rooms. And I'm going to tell you how this all connects to LeBron James because it comes out of absolutely nowhere. So real quick, before we get to the content, make sure you drop like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to get the latest NBA news to your device. And now that we got all that out of the way, cue the intro.
How is LeBron implemented them? Make that connection make sense.
For those of you guys that didn't skip this,
Yeah, your HB was a success. I forgot to change camera. Okay, so your HB was a success now. You just told us the NBA is being raided for gambling, and you're promoting gambling. Yeah, man. It's kind of like talking about someone being shot in GTA. Then you promote guns in GTA. Like, now I've got a connection before this one.
sponsor, and took my opening night play. Congratulations on 11. Your money. Here's some people that description down video. $5 or more. An assist. Page for sponsoring today's video. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday night, October 22nd, 2025. Chauncey Billups is on the sideline coaching the Portland Trail Blazers in their season opener against Minnesota. They lose 118 to 114. Meanwhile, in Orlando, Terry Rozier is sitting on the Miami Heat bench as the Miami Heat take on the Orlando Magic in their opener. He's listed out with a hamstring injury. You fast forward to Thursday morning around 6 a.m., Terry Rozier is asleep in his Orlando hotel room when there's a knock on the door. It's the FBI. In Portland, Chauncey Billups is being taken into custody. In Las Vegas, Damon Jones is also being arrested. By 10 a.m. Eastern, FBI Director Kash Patel is standing at a podium in Brooklyn, saying,
"Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra."
That's the Italian mafia, the NBA and the mafia. 34 people were arrested, 11 states, 4 years of investigation, tens of millions of dollars, and at the center was two separate but connected schemes that read like a crime thriller. Let's start with Terry Rozier because his story is actually insane. On March 23rd, 2023, Terry Rozier is playing for the Charlotte Hornets against the New Orleans Pelicans. According to New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch,
Terry Rozier, now with the Miami Heat, allegedly, but others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury.
more than 200
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Okay, wait. Terry Rozier. Let's do research on bro. Terry. Yeah. $24.9 million. Dog, you earning 24.9 million, and you still gambling. How greedy, dog. How greedy.
$100,000 in wagers were placed on Rozier's under statistics, betting that he wouldn't hit his usual numbers.
Members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics.
Rozier played 9 minutes and 36 seconds. He put up 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, way below his typical averages.
And those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds...
Tens of thousands. Dog, you still earning 24 million. Dog, 24 meter USD. Hold on. Alright, never mind. 24.92 million in rands. 432 million. 432 million. And you're still gambling. Nah, something is fuck.
were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash.
And then he was done. He never played again that season. Those bets paid out tens of thousands of dollars in profit, and according to Commissioner Tisch, the proceeds were delivered directly to Rozier's home, where the group sat around counting their cash together. Sportsbooks had actually...
Okay, no. The contract that is checked was for him in Miami, not in Charlotte.
Flagged this game. There was an unexpected surge of bets, including 30 wagers in 46 minutes from one professional bettor, totaling over $13,000, all on Rozier's unders. The betting got so suspicious that sportsbooks literally stopped accepting bets on him. So I know there's viral footage of Terry Rozier playing terribly against the Miami Heat and saying that he made it obvious to bet on his unders, but this is not the one game that got him arrested. What got him arrested was the fact that he straight up told people that he was going to leave the game early. But the FBI indictment also references 7 specific games between December of 2022 and March of 2024 where Rozier allegedly tipped people off about his availability. Here's the crazy part. The NBA actually investigated Rozier back in 2023, and they said that they didn't find any wrongdoing. The league cleared him, but the FBI kept digging. Rozier's lawyer, Jim Trusty, is furious. He said they wanted the misplaced glory of embarrassing a professional athlete with a perp walk.
La Harafa. Okay, wait. If they wanted to embarrass bro, make it make sense. Like, how are they gonna embarrass him? Like, how, dog?
Terry was cleared by the NBA, and these prosecutors revived that non-case. Terry is not a gambler, but he is not afraid of a fight. But Commissioner Tisch had a chilling line.
As the NBA season tips off, his career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity.
Now let's talk about Chauncey Billups. We're talking about a 5-time All-Star, a Finals MVP, a guy inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame just last year. And according to the FBI, he was allegedly helping the mafia rob people blind in rigged poker games. The operation was backed by 4 major crime families. The Bonanno...
Wait. He was helping the mafia rig poker games. Chauncey Billups. Okay. $2 million. Okay, this is 2012. it showing in 2012? Okay.
Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese families. The mob would set up underground poker games in the Hamptons, Miami, Las Vegas, and Manhattan. High-stakes games with big money on the table. Federal prosecutors said Billups and Damon Jones were used as face cards, recognizable faces to attract wealthy victims who wanted to say they played poker with an NBA legend. The victims, referred to as fish, had no idea that everyone else at the table was in on the scam. And when I say rigged, I mean really rigged. According to the FBI, they had altered shuffling machines that could read card order, poker chip trays.
The poker scheme cheated at least 7 million. Like 7 million out of unsuspecting gamblers who were lured into the rigged games with the chance to compete against former professional players like Billups and Jones. The games were rigged using sophisticated cheating technology such as altered card shuffling machines, hidden cameras and poker chip trays, special sunglasses, and even X-ray equipment built into the table to read the cards of unsuspecting players. Ooh, soundboard is hella loud. Yeah, I'll fix that. I'll fix that now. Remove mods. Add that ish. Fuck. Wait. Okay, I can hand as a coach you earning 2 million, right? Then do NBA coaches earn bonuses. I can't even spell. Not interested. Oh, okay, they do earn a bonus. Wait. An additional 500,000. Ascot of Royal, I have not removed mods. Remove. Okay, wait, let me see if I can make you a mod. Yeah, you are a mod now. Yeah, you are a mod now. Yeah, I'll fix my soundboard in a few minutes.
With hidden cameras, special contact lenses that could read pre-marked cards, and X-ray poker tables that could read cards face down. They even had an off-site quarterback who would receive the card information and relay it to players at the table via hidden devices. I mean, this is a really in-depth scam.
All this technology.
I'm doing it too, man. What you say?
Oh, you're doing it? Oh, you're on Hinge now?
I want to recruit more people. I'm on Hinge right now. Shit is low-key ass, but like, it's not like it's low-key ass. It's okay for the most part, but I'm just burnt out since I've been doing this for a minute now, and I'm low-key kind of bored right now.
Nah, say let's we'll do Hinge content, maybe what?
gonna use both profiles of ours or just your profile?
I will use just mine.
Wait. Let's do this, right? We make one YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Then we both have access to it. I already have videos lined up, but I need people to, like, the videos are just plain videos of me skipping profiles and messaging other girls and shit. But like, I like for the videos to have commentary in them.
Okay, not a problem then. Let me just fix my Discord. I need to fix Discord on this PC.
Fix your Discord.
Oh shit, man.
Alright.
Sure.
Scam. You're sitting at a poker table with Chauncey Billups, excited to be playing with a legend. And what you don't know is that multiple people at the table know exactly what cards you have. You literally have zero chance of winning. Victims lost at least $7 million in these rigged games. One specific victim lost $1.8 million. And when victims refuse to pay, I mean, bro, you're playing with the mob. So the mob defendants resorted to violence. They literally robbed someone at gunpoint to acquire one of the rigged shuffle.
I know I shouldn't be laughing, but damn, dog. Hey, I'm not sure if you guys paid attention, not even to this video alone, but like throughout being on YouTube, social media, and all that. A lot of the things they be promoting is either corn or gambling or both. Most of the times it's both. Hey man, it's an evil world we live in.
Machines. The indictment alleges that Billups knew that the games were rigged. In one instance, Damon Jones asked for $2,500 just to show up to one of these games. And now he's accused of helping organized crime rob people in poker games. This is where it gets really crazy because it involves LeBron James, the face of the NBA for the past 2 decades. Let me be clear, LeBron is not being directly accused of any wrongdoing. He's a victim, but his name is all over the indictment because of Damon Jones. Jones played with LeBron in Cleveland from 2005 to 2008. During the 2022-23 season, Jones had restricted access to the Lakers to work with LeBron on his pregame workouts. He wasn't officially on the coaching staff, but because of his friendship with LeBron, he had access to the locker room, team planes, and hotels. And according to the FBI, he was using that access to gather information that he could sell to gamblers. On February 9th, 2023,
There's no way. How much you gonna get paid? We'll see if it earns money, my boy. But we'll see, bro.
Days after LeBron broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record, one of the greatest moments in NBA history, the Lakers are scheduled to play the Milwaukee Bucks. According to the indictment, Jones texted an unnamed co-conspirator that a Lakers player was not going to play. The player hadn't been officially placed on the injury report, and Jones told the person to bet on the Bucks. That player was LeBron James. LeBron sat out that game due to ankle soreness, and the Bucks won 115-106. Think about the timing. LeBron had just accomplished one of the most historic feats in basketball history, and allegedly within 48 hours, someone with access to his camp was using inside information about his ankle to help gamblers make money. A league source told The Athletic that LeBron was completely unaware that Jones was sharing information about his playing status. LeBron trusted this guy. They were his friends, and according to the FBI, Jones was betraying that trust for gambling profits. The indictment also mentions that Jones shared information about another top Lakers player ahead of a January 15th, 2000.
Okay, wait, Damian Jones. Damian Jones. Showing the wrong one. said, tell the Cavs, dog.
2024 game. One defendant, Marvis Fairley, allegedly bet $100,000 against the Lakers based on that inside information. Damon Jones is charged in both cases. He's one of the only 3 people connected to both the prop betting scheme and the rigged poker games. Now, if this sounds familiar, it's because we saw the exact same playbook with Jontay Porter. In April of 2024, Jontay was banned from the NBA for life for almost the exact identical scheme, leaving games early after tipping off gamblers about his availability.
Hold on.
Exact identical scheme.
Jontay Porter. How do you spell this nigga's name? Jontay Porter. How many years is he facing? 41 to 51 months. How much was he making? You have to be kidding, dog. You were 22. There's no way, dog. Hold on. $1.9 million. Nah, wait a minute. Is it 2019 to 2020 season was 197,000. From 21 to 22 is 300,000. From 23 to 24, 411,000. Then I'm guessing here he got a contract extension or something. But he was banned in 22. Nah, dog, how greedy are these guys? Hey, how greedy, Drew? Hold on. Let's go back to who's that guy? Terry Rozier. 24.9 million. 24.9 million a year, by the way. He was earning 24.9 million in a single year. So 24, 9 to. This is how much Pro was earning in a whole year. How do I tell? He's making 2 million in a single month. Nah. How greedy, dog? SS.
Leaving games early after tipping off gamblers about his availability so they could win prop bets on his unders. Here's the connection that matters. Federal prosecutors revealed that Jontay Porter was actually threatened to participate in the sports gambling scheme because of his gambling debts. He wasn't just in on it, he was in over his head, owing money to organized crime, and they forced him to manipulate games. Porter pleaded guilty in July of 2024 and is awaiting sentencing in December. Porter's case is directly connected to the Rozier investigation. Same scheme, same network of gamblers, and the fact that it just happened months ago.
He's been getting punished with their trash gameplay. Nigga, you wish you could play that game.
And now we're finding out it was part of a much larger operation. That's terrifying. Now this is where things get really interesting because not everyone thinks this story is about gambling. First Take is covering the story on Thursday morning, and Stephen A. Smith says this is about something that's way bigger.
Trump is coming. He's coming. Anybody that has seen his reactions from the sports leagues and the positions that people have taken, they are not surprised at what's going on today. They think this is like the tip of the iceberg.
Stephen A. Smith is suggesting that this massive FBI takedown announced the day after the NBA season tips off might be politically motivated. That President Trump, who has a history with sports leagues that spoke out against him, might be using his position to go after professional sports. He pointed out that FBI Director Kash Patel himself led the press conference.
I'm watching a press conference with the director of the FBI.
I would, but I don't want to make you look bad. Bro, trust me, you can't even play it. You can't. Smooth brain.
Tell me when we've seen that.
And his closing was ominous, saying, "We don't know where this is gonna go, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Everybody better brace themselves because he's coming." Now look, this investigation started 4 years ago, which would be 2021, before Trump's current term. So the idea that this was orchestrated as revenge doesn't really hold up. But what Stephen A is really questioning is the timing of the announcement and the way it was announced. Why reveal this on the day after the NBA season starts? Why have the FBI director personally lead the press conference? Whether you buy into this theory or not, one thing is certain. This announcement has completely overshadowed what should have been a celebration of the NBA season starting. I mean, Victor Wembanyama had one of the craziest debuts I think I've ever seen. No one's talking about Wemby's 40 points and 15 rebounds against the Dallas Mavericks. No one's talking about the fact that VJ Edgecombe had one of the greatest rookie debuts in NBA history. Everybody woke up this morning and is talking about this gambling scandal. Now, let's zoom out. This investigation involved
Like, the only reason why we're talking about this, you guys made gambling so accessible. Like, the NBA now is basically a gigantic ad. The All-Star game last year. Last year. Where even you, Mike, Flight Mike, you legit said it was 60% ads, and most of the NBA ads are promoting like gambling, like what is this? Fidelity or Fidel, something like that. Like NBA's, no, not NBA. There's also another sports book, quote unquote sports book you guys talk about, especially in the NBA. Just like, I blame Adam Silver. I blame Adam Silver at this point. I mean, yeah, he's the one that was advocating for sports gambling at some point. Then, yeah, Adam Silver was championing sports gambling. Then the new owner of the Mavs, his family, or the family he's married into, is a family from Vegas, which they want to gamble. Oh man, I can't spell. The new majority owner of the Dallas Mavericks is Miriam Adelson, who purchased a controlling stake in the team from McEwen in late 2023. His son-in-law, Patrick Dumont, is the governing representative to the NBA board of what. Where is it, man? Adelson Dumont family. Same stuff. Yeah, see? Okay, Miriam Adelson. She is a billionaire physician and the widow of a casino magnate, Sheldon Adelson. She is the majority shareholder of the family's controlling interest in the Mavericks. Patrick Dumont. He is married to Miriam Adelson's daughter, Sylvian Dumont. Dumont is the president and chief operating officer of the Las Vegas Sands Corp, a casino and resort company. He became the governor of the Dallas Mavericks after the family's acquisition. Like, there has been rumors going around that the reason why they traded, quote unquote, traded Luka to the Lakers was because they want to tank the team and take it to Vegas, where gambling is legal. But hey,
involved 34 people arrested across 11 states, 4 years of work, thousands of hours of video evidence, and more than 24 search warrants. 13 members of organized crime families were arrested. This wasn't small time. This was a major operation. FBI Director Kash Patel called the fraud mind-boggling. U.S. Attorney Joseph Nocella called it one of the most brazen sports corruption schemes since online sports betting became widely legalized in the United States. Teams affected include the Charlotte Hornets, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Toronto Raptors. The charges include conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, and illegal gambling. Both Billups and Rozier face wire fraud and money laundering charges, federal crimes carrying serious prison time. The NBA placed both on immediate leave, saying, "We take these allegations with the utmost seriousness, and the integrity of our game remains top priority." But here's the scary part. The FBI says this investigation is ongoing. The indictment mentions 9 unnamed co-conspirators. Are there more arrests coming? More players? More games that were manipulated? Here's what we need to understand. This scandal doesn't happen without legalized sports betting. Sports betting was illegal in most of the US until 2018. Since then, it's exploded. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver was actually the first major commissioner to advocate for legalizing it, arguing that legalization
You see, the commissioner of the NBA wanted the legalization of sports gambling.
would create transparency. To advocate for legal was illegal in most of the US until 2018. Since then, it's exploded. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver was actually the first major commissioner to advocate for legalizing it, arguing that legalization would create transparency. And he was partly right. The reason we caught these schemes was because legal sportsbooks flagged the suspicious activity. But legalization has also created massive incentives for corruption. Prop bets on individual player statistics have opened up a whole new world of potential manipulation. You don't need to fix the entire game anymore. You just need one player to underperform for one quarter. Silver himself acknowledged this, saying that legal betting raises important issues about the sufficiency of the regulatory framework currently in place, including the type of bets offered on our games and our players.
Actually, wait. What's the salary, Chief? 10 million. Our annually, it's 10 million. So in a month, how much is it? One per month, actually. $833,000 every month. You niggas are weird. Y'all are weird.
Translation is, yeah, maybe we've gone too far. And here's what kills me. When you watch a game now and see a player leave early with an injury, you're going to wonder if it's real or another Rozier situation. When your team's coach makes weird decisions, you'll question if something else is going on. That's what corruption does to sports. It plants doubt in everything. And once that trust is broken, it's incredibly hard to rebuild. So here we are, a Hall of Fame coach and an NBA player facing federal charges for gambling schemes tied to organized crime. LeBron James's name in an FBI indictment because someone he trusted betrayed him. A Raptors player threatened by criminals to manipulate games. An insider trading saga for the NBA. People with access to confidential information using it for personal profit. Except instead of stock prices, we're talking about basketball games. Instead of shareholders, we're talking about fans. So what happens next? Legally, we're looking at trials that could take months or years, but the damage to the NBA's reputation, that's immediate and significant. Billups is in his 5th season as Portland's head coach. He signed a multi-year extension just this past April. This was supposed to be his legacy, transitioning from legendary player to successful coach. Now, his reputation is in ruins. Rozier is a 31-year-old, 10-year NBA veteran averaging 13.9 points per game. He's in the final year of a contract worth $96 million. million, and his career might be over. The NBA needs to take a hard look at its relationship with sports betting. The prop bets that enabled these schemes, should they even exist? The access that team personnel have to injury information, how do you protect that? These are questions that need answers. And for fans, we need to remember that these are just the people who got caught. How many didn't? How many games over the past few years were influenced by gambling interests that we'll never know about? Stephen A said that this is just the tip of the iceberg, and I genuinely hope he's wrong, because if he's right, the NBA is facing an existential crisis. Because sports are built on trust. Trust that what we're watching is real. Trust that players are trying their hardest. Trust that coaches are making decisions based on what's best for the team. Once that trust is gone, what do we have left? This is the story of the biggest gambling scandal in modern NBA history. 34 arrests, $7 million stolen, a 4-year-long FBI investigation that's still ongoing, and a Hall of Fame coach's legacy destroyed. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this, because I believe this is the tip of the iceberg. We're going to bring you guys more updates on this the moment we get more info. And aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until...
Yeah, man, that's that.